What's up, hackers? So in this real life example, I'm going to show you an idol that I have found on PayPal and I've reported. So as you can see on your screen, we've got the victim's account. Victim's accounts, just wait a minute, I'm just trying to get my report up. So here's the example report. So this will go under some report writing that we're going to do. So when you usually do a report, you go into PayPal or the bounty program you found a vulnerability. You go to submit report and you choose what domain you found the vulnerability. Also the type. So in our case was idle. And the domain. So ours was paypal.com. And then you have to give it a severity. So like I did one was high because idle was about other people's invoices. And then you write a description and a title and all that sort of stuff. So my report kind of looked like this. So it's a new and open, hasn't been really triaged yet. I would like to report an idle on the endpoint, invoice, pay view, details, internal. And what this does is I'm able to view other people's invoices by brute forcing the invoice number. I make sure I always put, if this is not a valid bug, I would like to self-close it myself because I don't want to be able to lose points and stuff. So let's have a look at this example. This one here, if I copy it to this account, just got to turn off my proxy, like so. I'm going to go to that URL. Now this is the attacker's invoice right here. Now, this is just due to I was crawling through the website, I was looking at invoice, looking at numbers. Now, it's only if this invoice number here is known. So if I go to, this is the victim's account, if I go to his invoice, so for example, this one here, this is the victim's. And if I grab that ID and copy it, and I replace it with mine, I'm able to view the invoice. Perfect. That's a vulnerability. I should get a 403 unauthorized response status code. Now, all we need to do to prove impact is to brute force this, and we will have a successful vulnerability depending if someone's reported or not. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. So what I've done is I've gone to intruder, I've captured a request, gone to intruder, and sent it to intruder. Now, I figured out a pattern. These two numbers here, these two numbers right there are the same. So all I need to do is brute force these three last ones. But I just chose the last two, and I've chose the brute force payload type. Okay, I've choose the character set, and there's four is the minimum and maximum length. Chose to do the payload processing as uppercase and modified case, and I go uppercase. Choose to disable your encoding down there, right down there, and to start the attack. And also can change the threads to like 200, and the fixed waiting time. Throttle that amount of times. So that's brute forcing at the moment. If I find this is the base payload, so obviously this is the PDF here. But if I find another one with this length, that means it's a successful invoice that we found. So that is a real life idol that I have found. Just by searching for UIDs, unique user IDs, unique user identifiers, IDs, numbers, files, and whatnot. And we just replace it with the other users and see if we can view it. It's pretty much an idol. That's a very basic real life example. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find your very first idol and get your very first bounty. Cheers. Have a good one.